Hello friends and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sports Tech with Saurav. And today I'm gonna talk about a few cricket stories, right? So number one being the Rajasthan Royals versus the Royal Challengers Bangalore, right? Today is IPL match. I see it as a Kohli versus Chahal, right? So the Yuzvendra Chahal used to play with Kohli before before in the previous seasons, right? And he was the game turner for Kohli in every almost in every game, because when RCB used to play earlier, they don't have, like, if I remember it correctly, except Stark, they didn't found any wicket taking bowler in the IPL. That's why they haven't done much in the IPL, right? If you see history of RCB, they haven't won any other trophies. So that's the major reason I see. And usually the Chahal was one bowler who was a wicket taking bowler, right? He was able to take wickets as continuous intervals, right? So now since he has been traded to Rajasthan Royals, and Rajasthan Royals, to be honest, looks favorites in this tournament as of now, right? They are the hot favorites to win this tournament, I'll say, because Josh Butler at the top, combined with what I say Yashasvi Jaiswal, who hasn't been performed at his merit yet, because he is also a match winner. Let me tell you, Yashasvi Jaiswal. If I remember correctly, he has the storm that he brought for against CSK. I think last season, right? The way he was striking Josh Hazelwood, right? Let me tell you, Josh Hazelwood is a very what do I say is a very premier bowler for Australia, and he was striking Josh Hazelwood like a club boy, right? So he has also got his potential, and he has also not uh, achieved his runs in this IPL. Although he hasn't got much, the Rajasthan Royals hasn't played much games, but yeah, he's also a match winner on his day. And one down, Sanju Samson. You all know, right? Sanju Samson capabilities, right? He has been in and out of the Indian team, but Sanju Samson is one guy who has the ability to succeed Rohit Sharma, right? Rohit Sharma after once he's gone, because Sanju Samson has got that elegance, right? So to hit sixes, he can hit. He always have 1.5, I'll say 1.5 seconds more than another player, right? So that's something. And one down, Sanju Samson, and after that, like other players, right? So Rajasthan has got good balance of batting, right? Only thing which I see is like they are lacking one. I'll say a good bats all rounder, right? If I see currently to for Rajasthan, I think one particular player which I have to point out is Vander Descent, right? He basically plays for South Africa, but he has been traded to Rajasthan Royals, right? And I see if Wonder doesn't can be fitted into this RR squad, I think their strength might increase a little, right? Apart from that, Daryl Mitchell, right? Daryl Mitchell is one New Zealand bowler who has the ability to bat down the order, hit some glorious hits, and bowl as well some medium pace, right? So this two, I believe, should get some games out of that, and Jimmy Nisham should be there in the squad, right? So if RR wants to win this tournament, they need a quality all-rounder, right? And Jimmy Nisham, I think, fits into one of them. He's a proper all-rounder. He has won games for New Zealand, and he will be a proper asset if looked into by Rajasthan Royals. Again, Sangagara is a wonderful think tank, and I think he is also working on that. But I think Jimmy Nisham should be there. Should be there in RR squad. Keeping him out is a crime, right? Um, this is what I think of the RR squad. Coming to RCB, RCB has it has been a roller coaster tournament for RCB yet, right? Fab du Plessis at the top has always added some value to the RCB batting lineup. Now they are not choking up, I'll say, right? Fab du Plessis, the top game which I remember, the first game which Fab du Plessis played, he was like playing like what he left last season, right? Last season finale. So he is in his groove, right? Along with Virat Kohli when he comes, right? And I think RCB are lacking a proper good bowler, right? If you want to contain batsmen like Josh Butler, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Sanju Samson, you need some good bowlers who can at least slow down the runs if they have good runs in the power play, right? So I don't see that in RCB. I understand that there are two good games for RR, and one bad game is due. So it can come any day, right? And I don't see RCB bowlers good enough, right, to make RR batsmen collapse, right? So in that sense, I see it as I don't see it as a close encounter, right? Again, like I see it has a one-way encounter where Rajasthan Royals will beat Royal Challengers Bangalore and will beat by a good margin, right? The only thing which I see is like Mohammad Siraj for RCB is, I'll say Mohammad Siraj, the way Virat Kohli trained him, right, to bowl in T20s, right? If you see that his previous seasons, he was bowling good Yorkers, he was bowling length deliveries, he was bowling bouncers to good, he was bowling good bouncers on his head to batsmen, right? But nowadays, if you see in this particular season, the two games which he has played, right, he was bowling short, he is bowling wide, and he doesn't have control on his length, right? That's something which Mohammad Siraj needs to look into. He is a good bowler, right? The people who say that he is not a good bowler, no, he is a good T20 bowler as well. I understand that there has been a tendency to look into Siraj as a proper test bowler with a good red ball bowler, and he can swing the ball both ways, so he's a good test bowler, but people don't consider him in ODIs and T20. But let me tell you, if Siraj controls his length and can like he has already done that in previous year, he good bowl good Yorkers, right? He can be a lethal T20 bowler and can be a huge prospect for India in the coming days, right? Along with Harshal Patel. Harshal Patel has capped the most wickets last season, but again, like I don't see him as a dangerous bowler, right? I will categorize bowlers into two parts. Number one, who can take wickets, right? Number two, who can stop the flow of runs, right? I see Harshal Patel as the one who can stop the flow of runs by taking wickets, right? He can stop the, basically he will go for runs, right? If I remember correctly, Ravindra Jadeja has smacked Harshal Patel for 37 runs in an over, right? So Harshal Patel needs to. I understand that he has a lot of slower delivery, but Harshal Patel needs to bowl at a good pace as well to take wickets, right? Again, he has taken wickets, but again, he's going for a lot of runs, so which doesn't make, if you are going for 40 runs in 4 overs and taking 2 wickets, that doesn't make any sense to him, because ultimately it's going to put pressure on the team, right? So this is something which I would like to tell, and I see Rajasthan as hot favorites coming into this match, and 70-30 in favor of Rajasthan, right? I'll predict it at 70-30 in favor of Rajasthan. Coming to coming to the other matches, Pakistan versus South Africa, right? Which recently concluded. Pakistan versus South Africa, the test, right? So, sorry, Pakistan versus South Africa, Bangladesh versus South Africa, right? So Bangladesh has played wonderfully, right, in this part while going to South Africa. I didn't expected Bangladesh to play that good when they are touring South Africa, right? So they are, what I'd say, they are playing out of the skins, right? Especially under the captaincy of Tamim Iqbal under the ODIs, they have beaten a full-fledged South African team, which I see as a major turnaround, right? So Bangladesh coming into this arena is again a team jumping out. Nowadays, if you see, there are only 5 teams who are playing at their full capacities: India, England, Australia, Pakistan, and New Zealand, right? Other than that, the Sri Lankan cricket has already gone down. West Indies cricket is already on the brink, right? So cricket state is declining a lot. But Bangladesh coming to the forefront is a good news for world cricket, right? They have also competed well in this test, right? But I see is like they again have some inexperience, I'll say, in their batting and bowling lineup, which they need to figure out, because bowling out for 56 in the last innings is not acceptable for a proper test side, right? I have seen Saqib ul Hasan, Tamim Iqbal. This senior players needs to step up, right, and contribute more. Like when a spinner like Keshav Maharaj is bowling to you, you need to play it. You need to at least rotate the strikes, which the Bangladeshi batsmen were not doing, right? So that is one thing which Bangladesh needs to take care. They have won good games over there in South Africa, right? And they need to continue doing that. That's pretty much. And apart from that, there is also Pakistan versus Australia T20 first T20 international today, right? Which is gonna start at something around 9 a.m. India time. So coming to that match, Pakistan, when they lost the Test series, right? They lost the Test series 1-0, but they have competed good, right? I still remember Babar Azam 196, which he scored in the second test, and he was applauded a long time. ODI series, I believe Australia was a bit unlucky, I'll say, right? Because again, like the second game which they lost, it was completely like there was a lot of dew on the ground, right? It made it easy for Babar Azam and Imam Ul Haq to rotate the strikes, and they took away the match from Australia. And Australia bowling attack is also not up to the mark, I'll say. The likes of Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins are missing, right? So you don't expect something from the likes of Abbott and basically from I'll say Ashton Agar, right? To flee over the experienced Pakistani batsmen, especially on their own home grounds, right? So I think Australia was a bit unlucky in this in the ODIs, right? And coming to T20 formats, I believe Pakistan are a dominant force in T20s, right? They have good hard hitting batsmen. Mohammad Asif coming in at number 6, so they have good hard hitting batsmen. I think Pakistan is at the front and are the favorites to win this particular T20, right? I'll create a separate video for that, as again explaining the entire Pakistan versus Australia tour, who did what and what batsmen did what and how you can rank them, right? And especially on Babar Azam, right? So coming to all of them, yeah. So that's pretty much about this cricket news, and I'll come back again once the RR and RCB match is over for the review. So till then, goodbye and take care.